Welcome. Welcome to the Double Jump podcast, where we are recording arguably in the best conditions. No, that's not true. We recorded this with two mics in the studio before.
Yeah. This is like the worst conditions we've ever.
That's not true. I think it's going to be better.
Okay.
Tucker and I can actually see each other.
You can hear
today.
my refrigerator.
You can hear a refrigerator. You can hear... Oh, then you better go catch it. You can hear the fireworks outside, the ambient noise or whatever. Maybe there's going to be a dog barking.
Maybe a loud motorcycle.
Maybe a gunshot. Because we don't live in a good neighborhood.
Who killed Zach, listeners?
Oh! My chest!
So if you go back and analyze the audio, you can figure out who did it.
It was Tucker. You can hear him take the gun out of his pocket and fumble around with it for a little bit before finally...
What do you think of my gun? Huh? It's pretty cool, huh?
Before finally pulling the trigger. It's 1940s audio drama. Who's in there? Okay.
Rain beat on the window.
We're going to stop having fun with this. So...
What's up?
Video games.
Sure.
On this episode of the podcast, we're going to talk about Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's finally out.
We played it to completion, me and Zach. It was pretty sweet.
we sat down for 10 hours and we just fucking did it.
It's
no,
got BB-8.
we didn't do that. It has BB-8.
It's got Finn.
It has Rey.
Ray.
It has old Han Solo.
Chewbacca.
And a lot of other
And the
characters.
glasses
Yeah, the glasses lady.
Gorp Zip.
Maz Kanata.
Maz Kanata.
Yeah.
You can make these up, Zach. I wouldn't know.
That's her name though. So
Newt
she's going to be in the name. He's actually not in this game.
Oh.
Yeah, but there are a lot of characters that you could very much argue that the game has like too many characters.
I would argue that.
Yeah, because like
I saw those names.
You saw those names. You were like, these aren't even names. And I'm like, yeah, you kind of got a point. Like the characters that it unlocks, quote unquote, it's like young Rey. Like, oh my god, you get to play as Rey from the flashback. Like,
I just like how the people in the cantina had like quotes in their name, like they have nicknames.
They have nicknames, but you don't even know their first name. Like you don't even know their real name. So what does the nickname matter?
Oh, it's dumb.
It's like all the people in the cantina you can play as. Even like the evil chick who's like blah, 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 like tells on them, like tells the first order they're there.
Yeah. Sexy Lego.
Sure, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
And then there's the big fat dude that you wake up with the water. Like it basically.
Gungamar.
I honestly believe that they did a really good job with like what's it called? Adapting. With adapting the story. That's trans-adapting.
Yep.
Adapting the story into the Lego game format, and they recorded all new dialogue with the original voice cast, Harrison Ford included.
That poor man.
And
let him die. He's so old.
I'm sorry, what?
Harrison Ford, spend your last moments on Earth recording this Lego Star Wars. Okay. The checks look clear.
He's gonna be around. He's gonna be around for like 15 more years.
Just jinxed it.
I would say
so
15.
Bad.
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be around. He'll be like 90, 95, somewhere in there.
Do I wait to put this podcast up until the day after tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
No. You can put it up.
Okay.
He's got to do Indiana Jones. Even though, hey, if he has anything to say about it, he might just crash another plane. So.
What?
Did you not hear about that?
What?
He crashed the plane. Like he was the pilot of the plane, and he he crashed into a golf course. It was like after Episode 7 had finished shooting, but like before the movie came out.
That's awesome.
It was pretty.
He
pretty
piloted
nuts. Yeah, no, he's a pilot.
Doesn't sound like
he's like I know, right? No, he's been a pilot. It was a really funny thing because like in all the interviews before the movie, Oscar Isaac, guy who plays Poe Dameron, was because he shows he's in the X-wing fighter and he pilots in the movie.
So they got the jacket.
He's the guy with the jacket, yeah, who like Finn takes the jacket from, yeah.
Dude, I love you.
Yeah, exactly. They never say that, but Oscar Isaac, he's like, yeah. So I asked Harrison Ford, like, what can you give me any tips? Like, you're an actual pilot. Can you like give me any tips as to how to like fly this? And Harrison Ford said, well, it's in space and it's not real, so no, I can't. And I'm like, God damn it, you're right, but like, come on, man. He's like You know what I mean? He's literally a dying breed. Like, all of these actors take themselves way too seriously. They're like, you have to become the character. And Harrison Ford's like, I'm Han Solo. Like, whatever.
Give me a cigar.
Give me a cigar. Give me a script, and I'll crank it out. Yeah. I'll make it happen.
Don't ask me questions.
Don't ask me any questions. God damn it. God damn it! Now I'm getting into Vince McMahon territory. But yeah, Lego Star Wars. What'd you think of it, Tucker? Because I know you've not been a proponent of the Lego games. In fact, you've on the very same podcast, you've gone on record saying you don't even think that they're proper platformers.
Lies and slander. I would never say something.
You have said that.
Folks out there, you know exactly where I'm coming from. You're with me.
You're keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, what do you think?
It seemed like a Lego game.
Okay. You gotta give us a little more than
like
that.
800 of these things. It's one of those. It seems really. It's they got really high production values. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting.
Sure.
You know what you're getting.
So like, that's it. You don't want to go into.
You know what you're getting. Hey, if you don't like Star Wars Lego games, don't
get it.
Yeah, whatever.
So as someone who doesn't like Star Wars Lego games, you wouldn't recommend it?
I don't know. That's fine.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know, Zach.
I expected you to formulate some kind of thought.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Actually, I do have strong thoughts.
Okay.
They shouldn't. I feel bad because you just said it was awesome because they had all the voice actors, but I really miss when they didn't have any voice acting. And it was just like
when it was more like implied.
Because I feel like all the comedy now is like around the edges, like Han Solo saying something from the movie, and there's like a chicken in the background.
Oh,
and
sure.
It's like funny, but before they had to put the comedy into the actual plot. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and now
because they had to act out everything, so they would like have weird little twists.
Weird little moments. Yeah, no, absolutely. I see what you mean. But they've been doing voices in the game since Lego Batman 2, and that was years ago. So,
yeah.
I feel like
I didn't like the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was
Lord of the Rings Lego wasn't that great. I have it on PC, but
nice.
Yeah, well, I played it for like an hour and stopped. So, but I really like the story levels are really long. Like, we sat down, I think it took us like 45 minutes to complete like just one section of the game. Like,
yeah, I kept rolling.
Which is sure. I guess that's fine, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of time on my hands,
right?
So it's very like
it doesn't seem like you can be like save here and then I'll come back. And
you can't. You can't. The level. It's like you have to complete that level in one sitting and then come back, and it's like, well, sometimes I don't have the time for that. So when am I gonna time to play this game? Instead, I'm just gonna play my 10-minute match of Rocket League and call it good.
You know, going back and playing a bunch of old games, that's something you miss. Is it just saving?
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Where it's like you don't have to go find a save point and then like...
Yeah, finding a save point or...
Like, I have to go to work now and there's no save point. And I guess I'll just do this over again.
I guess I'll just leave the system on and pause.
No. I never did that.
You never did that? No. I've done that. I've done that for days before.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
What game?
Twilight Princess.
Nice.
Yeah. And then my run time on the game was like
120 hours.
Yeah, it was insane. But you know what? It was worth it. Mm-hmm. So, and the GameCube, of course, that thing never overheated. It just ran like a champ. You didn't have to worry about any of that overheating shit. You have to worry about today.
Red Ring of Death on your GameCube, no?
Yeah.
You want to talk about Skyward Sword?
Sure. Well, Tucker's been playing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the very first time. And I think what you had heard, your impression of the game from critics,
negative,
was negative. But what do you think about the game?
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite Zelda I've played since Majora's Mask.
Sure.
In terms of release date,
I think it did so many cool things. Basically, everybody shit all over it because of the motion controls, which is like.
But they're good.
Which is fine, but I think they were executed as well as they possibly could have been. If you're gonna make a motion control Zelda game, this is it. This is the height of what it could have been. Could have been so much worse.
It could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little weird, but it's never like,
I can't believe. It doesn't feel obtuse.
No.
And I like how they work it into the puzzles. Mm-hmm. I like how they work it into the boss fights and with how you
boss
have to
fights.
you have to do specific things. I like the setting of like how the open worlds like actually feel like dungeons within themselves. Like you have different obstacles that you kind of have to complete.
I have that written down
Yeah,
in my little notebook.
sure. I remember you had like a note page you sent us, like, and I was like, yeah, that is a really cool part. It's been a long time since I played it, and it's very long. It's a very long game.
I've been playing it a long time now, and I'm not.
You're like
done.
I'm halfway, and oh no, it's like so that means it's 40 hours. I'm like, yeah, this is what games used to be. Yeah, it used to be good, but
just like even the stamina meter, which I understand why people would hate the stamina meter, because you like run and then like it's like, and then you have to wait for it.
Yeah, sure.
But it's so much better than like just rolling everywhere.
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, rolling's the fastest way to get somewhere, so Link just rolls, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's stupid. But now you have this way to get places faster, but it also feels like you're engaged because you have to make sure you don't run that meter.
You have to manage that resource.
Now, it doesn't feel like a chore. It just feels like something you do.
They're bringing the stamina. They're bringing
stamina.
Yep, they're bringing the stamina meter back for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So that when you're like climbing shit, like, so like. Here's my next question for you.
Yeah.
Playing this game, which is the most recent 3D Zelda.
True.
Seeing the creativity that they put into it.
Yes.
And it bucked your expectations.
It did.
Does this change your outlook on Breath of the Wild at all?
Yes. I'm more positive on it than I was. But
more positive on what it could be.
Yes.
Yes.
But I still think all the stuff they're showing it's going in a direction that doesn't click with me at all.
Sure. And we're a long way from the game coming out. I mean, that could have just been an E3 build that they like these are elements of the game that we definitely want to have in there, but it seems odd that they would have a completely finished like here's the first level of the game. Like you can just play. Yeah. And like I don't know. I feel like they would almost be playing too many of their cards. But at the same time, I would respect them for it because that means that they have something to show for their effort. I mean, I don't know. I like, I really like Skyward Sword. I think that its legacy in the series as a whole is very important. And I like that it's like the first story. And that you feel...
That's really cool.
Yeah. I think it just feels so much different than any of the other Zeldas.
It does. I like how it feels like when you go down to the surface, it feels like another world. Mm-hmm. Like it actually feels otherworldly because you're from
Skyloft.
Right. It feels, I don't know. It feels like I'm just gonna talk about like what my socket would be for like 20 minutes. But the main point is, in other Zelda games, you just kind of wake up and you're Link, and then you do stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in Ocarina of Time, it's like you wake up. And there's no sense that anything has been building to anything. You just kind of wake up one day and then you're a warrior.
Well, no. In Ocarina of Time, you have that dream.
Oh, sure.
You have the dream. Really you have the dream with Ganon. You're like, holy shit! What the hell's going on? Like, what's going on? And then the fairy, and then he doesn't have a fairy, but then the fairy shows up, and the fairy's like, dude, I'm here. And he's like, holy shit, I have a fairy.
Oh my god.
Which
so crazy.
Shouldn't be as cool as it is, but it is. Yeah. Then you backflip off the platform. I would always do that. I would never climb down the ladder.
At the very beginning?
Yep, I would always do Z, and then I would back up and back up off the platform. Yeah. Backflip on the platform. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
I just mean in Skyward Sword, it's like you're getting to graduation and you have like these cliques and there's like a social structure. And it's like, these are actual people I'm interacting with. Like Ocarina of Time, the whole beginning is just like tutorial nodes. Like each person is just like, here's how you do this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like,
Zelda has a penchant for that. Where it's like, oh, press A. I'm like, you want me to press A?
Whoa.
Like, even Fee in Skyward Sword, though, is like, press A to do this.
I really like Fee.
You like Fee.
I like
Fee.
A
lot of people fucking hate Fee.
I understand that. I thought I would hate her, too. But, like, the really cool thing where you're, like, playing the harp and she sings with you and it, like, opens up the things and it sounds really cool and I don't know.
Yeah.
And she does, like,
I always kind of like the aesthetic. I think it's cool that she's, like, the spirit inside the Master Sword and, like...
Yeah, and she doesn't have arms.
perhaps she could still continue to be the spirit inside the Master Sword in future games. Who knows?
Perhaps. Except no one likes her, so probably not.
Probably not. Nobody liked Navi either.
That's true.
And then she wasn't in any other games either, so... It was Tattle. Fucking worse.
Tattle.
I didn't like that. I did not like Tattle.
She had attitude.
Every Zelda game seems to be pretty like there are the core elements. There's like Link, Zelda, Ganon, but like they actually keep to themselves as far as like settings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's no, with the exception of Link Between Worlds, which is a direct sequel,
right.
like where you are literally playing in the same overworld as Link to the Past. Like
Phantom Hourglass was kind of Wind Waker-y.
It was in the same world as Wind Waker, sure, and so was Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
But like you're not going back to Termina.
Right.
Or not Termina, sorry. You're not going back to Outpost Island or whatever the hell it's called, or Outwind or Outcast. Outset Island, right? You're not going back to your home, your world.
Right.
Like you never revisit in Zelda, and when you do, it's like completely reimagined. It's like hundreds of years later, and the castle is different, and everything's underwater now, or everything's like you live in the sky and the world is below, and nothing's been developed. Like it, I would really like to see a Zelda game where like it does like continue elements, like hey, the Twilight Realm is a thing in other games, and like you get to go back and like here's Midna again, and like I think that would be cool.
But I don't like Twilight Princess.
I know you don't, but I'm saying like they could make it differently. They could use those same elements. I really like the story of Twilight Princess, personally. I think that Midna's a cool character. But
Any
we don't want to give too much away because Tucker is producing a video review of Skyward Sword, of all of it, which is going to come out in like a month. Probably, or who knows, even more. 3 months.
By next year, I'll have.
By next year, we'll have a Skyward Sword review.
I'm having a ton of fun with it.
Not necessarily last, I guess, but this is also coming to mind. We just recorded a recording of Inside, the next game from the creators of Limbo.
Play Dead.
Play Dead.
Seems pretty cool. It seems bad in the same way that Limbo was bad.
Sure.
But it seems better.
I never played Limbo.
Okay. Most people love that game. It seems like.
I thought that it was structured very strangely because it was like, oh, you're like,
you wake up in the forest,
it expects you to make constant mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's this puzzle, but then there's like a death, like something that's gonna kill you. So like, if you don't figure it out in like a second, you're gonna die, and then it just like respawns you like right there, and it's like
don't do that again.
Don't do that again. Try it again. And it's like, I don't know if I like that. Like, cause there's no consequence for your like. It doesn't. I'm not saying that it doesn't feel challenging, because I thought that cinematically it was presented very well, and I realized that it might sound like we're like not talking enough about like the details of the game. That's because there are none. You die at the end. You're a boy. You're like a boy in like a red shirt.
Oh, an Inside.
Yeah, an Inside.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought we were talking about Limbo.
Oh,
no, Inside.
Apparently they're similar. In Inside, you're like a boy in a red shirt, and the game just begins, and you're like,
great characterization.
You hop out of like a tree or something, and you're just running.
You're like, here I am.
It's
a cool beginning.
You're hiding from people.
It's like they're driving around in vans looking.
They're like
for
looking for you, and then you like get away from them, and then you get through these farmlands, and then you get to the city.
That's cool.
And where we ended, we dove underwater in like a submarine kind of thing. And then we had to leave it behind, and then we got up into this. It almost looked like a domed enclosure, like it was like all dark. But
it's very Portal 2-ish,
yeah.
Where you're like going back through. It seems like some corporation or something.
Right, something that was abandoned a long time ago, and clearly, and it was we said that more than once. I think there were moon rocks, and there was a cool painting, like recordings. And none of that. Oh. There was no recordings, no dialogue, no nothing. Yeah. Like it really didn't give you an idea of what was going on.
No music, even.
But there were a lot of like zombie people, and they were all being controlled by something.
Yeah,
and then you could like put your head into like this helmet thing, then you could control them. with your own mind. And then things got really trippy when you used the zombie man into a helmet and controlled another zombie man.
That was pretty good.
That was cool. That was a cool moment.
Little twist on it, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
The side-scrolling nature of Inside, I don't think I like very much.
You'd rather just...
It just seems very simplistic, and I understand that's the point. Like it's very minimalism. Or
this
whatever.
thing happens, and then this thing happens, and then this thing happens.
Sure,
and then this thing happens.
But like, is that a game?
Watch my limbo socket.
I don't know. Like, Until Dawn. Until Dawn has a lot of moments where like, yeah, you're really not in control. Like you're just making a choice, and you're not really doing. But like. The environments are interactive, and you're figuring things out. You're collecting things. You're taking different pieces and different puzzles, and you can make different outcomes happen. Like to me, that feels like a game.
Yeah.
Limbo feels like you're like
or Inside.
You're on a or not Limbo. Sorry, Inside to me felt like you're like running along a rail.
You're being shown a story basically, or a story.
Sure, sort of.
You're being shown a series of events.
But you're not. But none of them. You don't know how they connect to each other.
No, but your reward for experiencing and solving each event is to see the nice event, basically.
Yeah, but like, I would really like to know who this kid is. Like, I realize this is a common complaint that I have with a lot of games. Yeah. Like, for example, Overwatch, which is a really, really fun game. I'm not going to deny that. In fact, I am going to buy it on PC when I finally build mine. But I really like to know. I'd really like to know who these people are. And they give you an intro video where like Winston's like, "Yo,
is your thing on?"
no, not that. Where he's like, "Yo, we need your help to fight," and it's like, "But fight what?" And then you never find out.
That's such a bad video.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, and you see it every time.
He's the worst character in the game. And the intro video is just him screwing up talking to you like 20 times. It's like the worst. Intro video.
Worst intro video of all time.
Oh, it's really bad.
So, do we have anything else to talk about this week? Okay. Oh, happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
We played a little Rocket League, and Tucker is so bad.
I'm really bad at it.
Like, I couldn't believe it, honestly.
Oh, I got a Dreamcast.
Yeah, I saw it.
Dreamcasts are so cool because the memory card goes into the controller.
Yep.
And then it's got a screen on it.
It's got a little screen on it, yeah.
It shows you stuff while you play the game.
Oh my god.
It's really cool.
Whoa.
This is like...
It's like the future.
17 years ago, and
it's
they
like,
had this cool little...
Year 2000. I think it was...
99.
Or was it 99 when it came out? Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
17 years ago.
That's really early.
Yeah. We were, 7 years old?
Yeah. It seems ahead of its time in some respects. And not in some.
The only thing that wasn't ahead of its time about it is that it had one analog stick.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's only got one analog stick, whereas the PlayStation had 2. And, I mean, the N64 only had 1 as well, so...
I hate the N64 controller.
Yeah. The N64 controller is kind of a mistake. Just a big...
You could say that, Zach.
It's just a pile of throw-up.
Just like the
pile
pencil.
of vomit. Whoa! Back off. Back off.
It is, though.
Actually, it kind of is. The controller's bad. The cartridge
bad.
system. No, the graphics are better than PlayStation's.
No.
Yeah, they are.
No.
They are.
Not at all.
What are you talking? They're 64-bit.
No.
It's better than 32-bit. It's like, by definition.
That's not how
it's
it
like
works.
double. It's double the bit. Yeah, yes, it is how it works. It's literally how it works.
Folks at home. Sitting there drinking your coffee, you know what I'm talking about.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
There you go.
Except for make a controller with 2 analog sticks. And that's what really killed the Dreamcast.
Did Nintendo ever do that, though? Wii U. Did it take
Wii
until
U?
Wii U? No, GameCube had
No,
two.
GameCube had 2.
Yeah. But it was like the stupid little C stick.
It was the C stick. Yeah. But hey, it worked. Right. Agent Under Fire. That was an awesome game
that
I played with that. Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Nightfire? I'm thinking of Nightfire.
Maybe you're thinking of Nightfire. But there was like a chain of James Bond games that were not related to the movies at all that were totally cool. Totally awesome.
Yeah, good
It's
games.
like, whoa.
How did that happen?
I don't know. There was a weird gray period of like properties. Like they just made.
Let's make this good game.
Tucker, they used to make games for cool properties without having a movie attached to them.
That's so weird.
I know.
Republic Commando. Is that the name of that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that was attached to a movie.
Oh.
It was between 2 and 3. It was like supposed to be like, oh, here's some cool elements from episode 3.
Sure.
But it was a cool game. I liked it.
They made like a Twisted Metal Star Wars game. We could talk about Star Wars games for hours.
Wait, what are you talking about? Super Bomband Racing?
No.
That was more of a Mario Kart style
Oh
game.
God, what was it? Star Wars Destruction.
Demolition?
Demolition.
Oh, Demolition. Yeah, I never played Demolition. They made a lot of weird Star Wars games.
They made a ton of them.
A lot of weird. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
for the Double Jump podcast, we'll get back at you soon. Kyle, Christian, and Michael are not with us this week because
They all died.
They've all died. So then they're not with us.
They were
at
on
all.
that golf course.
And Harrison Ford crashed a plane into them. No, they're just not with us this week, but they'll hopefully be back in the
They're just not with
future
us.
soon. And we'll talk to you soon. That was a kissy noise from Tucker Phillips. You should feel proud. Welcome to your final destination.
Okay, now sit in like that chair.
Hey, why would I sit in that chair?
Am I sitting here?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know where I'm sitting.
yeah, sure. But my voice is not going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my voice isn't good in here for your
Yeah, we
voice.
gotta-
Different strides. Different strides. Do you remember? Yeah, I'm sure you don't even remember that.
Why? What?
7th grade.
Okay.
We were in science class,
Okay.
and we did like a rocket launch or something,
Okay.
and we were doing like paces, like 1, 2, 3, and
Different strides.
yeah, yeah, and I was like, so like it'll be the same, and you're like different strides, Zach, different strides, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then like I realized, but I didn't actually say what the fuck is he talking about because I didn't want you to think I was stupid.
Right.
We've come a long way. Okay. Welcome